Chief, yesterday you informed us that you're going ahead with the strike action from Thursday the 10th of this month. Now, we've seen a statement from the Ministry of Information on behalf of government, and they say that they are surprised by your decision to proceed with this industrial action because they reached several agreements with you, and as far as you're concerned, they've issued a statement to say that they told you that when Parliament reconvenes, they will take the steps to revoke the LI 2462. They will ramp up the enforcement measures as far as the illegal mining in water bodies and forest reserves are concerned. The water bodies and forest reserves remain red zones for mining and all forms of mining water bodies, as well as reconnaissance, prospecting, exploration, or small-scale mining forest reserves remain banned. And the law enforcement agencies of the state are fully mandated to read our water bodies and forest reserves. They said they informed you that Attorney General will collaborate with the Chief Justice to ensure swift adjudication of illegal mining cases. And also, they support the call for all presidential candidates to sign a pact committing to the fight against illegal mining. And as a result of all this, they are surprised because as far as they are concerned, these were the issues that you raised, and these are the agreements they reached with you. So why would you want to embark on an industrial action?
Okay, thank you. And good morning to your listeners and viewers. First of all, I'm also surprised, or we are surprised that they are surprised. Because actually, we didn't reach an agreement. We had a discussion, a very frank, and I would say productive discussion with the president. And if I remember correctly, even the president himself said that I know you guys, you can't take a decision here. You have to go back to your people. I remember the president made such a comment. And so what we had was a very fruitful, productive discussion. And the understanding was that whatever came out, we're going to send it back to our people because we couldn't have taken a decision without our people. And that's the nature of trade unions. We are very democratic organizations. So leadership is mandated to engage, but in the final analysis, the decision lies with our members. So that's what we did, and we didn't reach an agreement.
Now, Kwabna, if I can call you that.
Yeah, you can call me Kwabna.
Right, okay. So Kwabna, organized labor had specific demands.
Yes.
One had to do with the revocation of the LI.
Mm-hmm.
Two had to do with the declaration of a state of emergency along where mining was being, illegal mining was being done in the forest reserve and water bodies. Then one had to do with the setting up of special courts to deal with the crime of illegal mining. Then you also had the issue of presidential candidates signing. I can put that one aside. But the key things that you gave government a deadline to fulfill were one, the LI, a revocation of same, the declaration of a state of emergency, forest reserves, water bodies where illegal mining was taking place, and then also the issue of the setting up of the special courts. Now, from the correspondence by government, it appears that they say that they told you that when Parliament reconvenes, they were going to do this. This was a clear commitment. And that they will also ramp up enforcement with respect to illegal mining, water bodies, and forest reserves. And also the red zones for mining and water bodies and forest reserves was also there. They were going to get the security agencies to go in there and do their jobs. And the AG was also going to liaise with the Chief Justice to ensure that this is done. Did that not mean a fulfillment of the conditions that you gave?
Okay, so I see in our such meetings, many things get said. And it's always important that you can get something from which you can commit government. So what we said after the meeting was that, can you guys put something on paper for us? Exactly what you wanted to do. And then we take those commitments to our people. So we got a paper from government communicating those commitments. But I can tell you that some of the things you read were not in that paper that we got. So, for example, the things about red zones, the things about reconnaissance and all that were not in the paper that the orders to the military that has been given now were not in the paper that we received. You understand? And even on the airline, what our people said yesterday was that, you know, in this country, we have seen several occasions when there's something urgent for government, Parliament is recalled to consider it. So what our people said was that, okay, why wait for Parliament to reconvene? Why don't you? And there was no deadline for us. We didn't know when Parliament was reconvening. Why don't you recall Parliament? But even in the absence of that, is it not possible from a legal point of view that the president who suspends the operations of the airline until Parliament needs to actually revoke it? And I mean, this is just an airline subsidiary legislation. It's not a substantive act. It's an administrative kind of thing. Is it not possible for the president or even the minister to suspend it? So our conclusion from yesterday's meeting was that, yes, government has offered something. We had a productive meeting. Something has come out of it. But our membership were the view that what came out of it were not adequate. They didn't go far enough in addressing our demands and in attempting to solve the Galamsey menace. So our strike action or our strike notice still remains, even though we are still open for further engagement.
What will avert Thursday's industrial action?
That government goes further. So, for example, instead of waiting for Parliament to reconvene, today the President suspends the operations of the airline, for example. That we now see that full orders have been given to the military to police River Tra and the Brim Rivers and to attempt to remove all those excavators and bulldozers around those water bodies and the forest reserve. Then we see that really something is being done, something substantive is being done to curb the menace of Galamsey.
Now, Doc, Dr. Otu, now, over the weekend and yesterday, we've received reports of divisions within organized labor. We initially heard of GMA, some rumors that the GMA didn't want to be a part of it. We've heard about some people from Kumasi who say that they are not going to be a part of it. Some newspapers and news portals have reported divisions within organized labor that, look, you even don't have your people on all fronts with you as far as this action is concerned. What are the facts?
I mean, the fact is that, yes, there are some members of organized labor with reservations about the action we are going to take. But that is to be expected. Unions are very democratic organizations. And you don't expect that when you take a decision, everybody will immediately agree to those decisions. But we also know that as democratic as we are, once the majority has decided, the rest, those that have reservations, will have to fall in line. And we continue to appeal to them that, yes, you may have concerns, but this is a majority decision. And remember that this is not the only decision we are going to take. At another time, there will be a decision you will push for it. What do you expect the others who have a reservation to do with those decisions as well? But in any case, there's always the assurance that we are still engaging and that we still have 2 days. But if by the end of Wednesday, if government doesn't come up with anything substantive for us to call out the strike, we expect all our members to go by the majority decision.
Now, Dr. Before I let you go, I want us to simply recap exactly what you would expect from government to enable you call off this industrial action.
I mean, one of them is a suspension, immediate suspension of the LI. Immediate orders to the police to go into those forest reserves and the river bodies, removing all those heavy equipment. In fact, even the court, we are now told that even contrary to what government put on paper, they actually fought designated court for, for galamsey cases. We will expect that there will be a commitment to increase those costs, because we also learned that there are about over nearly 200 cases, galamsey-related cases pending. So a move to increase those number of sports will help. Okay. And then, I mean, a general attempt to even suspend some of the licenses that have been issued to people under this airline.
We're told that on the day that you met government, the day you were engaged in a meeting on the 3rd, on that very day, 11 licenses were issued.
We are yet to verify that. But if that is true, then it shows a lack of commitment to the fight. You understand? But as I said, we are yet to verify that information.
All right. Okay. So, Dr. Kwabena Nyako, Deputy General Secretary of the TUC, thanks a lot for joining us. And I'm sure that we'll get in touch between now and Thursday if there are any developments.